Hi, Chris.
Hi, Rob.
Do you have any other injury worries to what you've had?
We lost Lloyd Isgrove, sadly. Apart from that, no. We've got a good group, good numbers. I already said last week, tomorrow night's team will be different to the game against Panama. We've got an opportunity to give experience to some of the boys who need it. Same token, though, we're playing France tomorrow night, so we'll have a lot of experience on the pitch. It's a great game, but physically, no, we're okay. Apart from obviously losing Lloyd.
La question était est-ce qu'il y a d'autres blessés depuis la dernière fois? Il y a juste Lloyd Isgrove qui est blessé, mais il y a une bonne sélection à galloise. Mais ce ne sera pas la même équipe demain soir contre la France que mardi contre le Panama. Il y aura plus de joueurs expérimentés demain contre la France.
Chris, have you obviously seen the French squad? I mean, just how difficult will it be?
Yeah, look, we've come up against top quality teams before. That's what it's all about. I think, France have, in a nation of, is it 40 or 50 million people? They've got a lot to choose from. But they're a very, very good team. And I think if you look at the last 4 years with Didier, quarter-final of a World Cup, final of a European Championships, they've qualified again. So yeah, we're up against real good opposition tomorrow night. But the only reason now we get this game is because we've been recognised ourselves as a good team. So of course it's a tough game for us, but we faced tough teams before, and that's how you learn about yourself against the stronger teams, and that's what will happen tomorrow night.
La question c'était est-ce que ça va être un match difficile contre cette sélection française? La réponse c'est que oui, mais le pays de Galles a déjà affronté d'adversaires aussi forts. La France a une grande population de 40-50 millions de personnes, donc ils ont beaucoup de choix. Et c'est une équipe extrêmement forte. Et avec Didier, on a vu que l'équipe a été en quart de finale de la Coupe du Monde et en finale de l'Euro 2016. Mais le pays de Galles a eu ce match amical parce que le pays de Galles est aussi une très bonne équipe.
Ash, we all know how devastated you were after the Ireland game. Has there been any thought in your mind to do maybe what James Collins has done and say, look, or are you ready for another cycle, another campaign?
Yeah, it was devastating. But I think, as I sit here now, I'm here, I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying the camp, and as long as it stays like that, I'll be willing to give my services as always, and as hard as that was to take, as I say, I'm here, and I can't wait to be involved tomorrow night, and as long as it stays like that, I can't see me making any decision anytime soon.
La question pour Ashley Williams, c'est qu'après le match contre l'Irlande, est-ce qu'il va faire pareil que son coéquipier James Collins et va prendre sa retraite? Il dit que c'était un moment très difficile après le match, mais tant qu'il continue à prendre du plaisir, il va continuer à jouer.
And Ash, you're going to have to deal with Mbappe, with Griezmann, Giroud maybe. How do you look on that?
It's exciting. I think some of these players I've never played against before. Top quality players, some of the best in the world, and that's who you want to be playing against. That's why I'm excited for this game, as we all are, to see where you're at, personally yourself and as a team, and to see what they're all about. We've played, some of the best in the world as it is, and we've always dealt with them well, I thought, and it's just another, challenge for us, and it's one that we're looking forward to, and I'm sure if we play as good as we can play individually and as a team, we'll be okay and try and impose ourselves on the game.
La question c'était de jouer contre Mbappé, Griezmann, Giroud, est-ce que ça va être très difficile? La réponse, ils veulent jouer contre les meilleurs joueurs sur la planète. Ils l'ont déjà fait par le passé, ils se sont plutôt bien sortis. C'est un grand défi, mais ils vont se concentrer sur leur propre jeu. Et il est sûr qu'ils peuvent bien s'en sortir demain aussi.
Chris, you were hoping that this week would be all about the playoffs. what's the mood been like amongst the group? Have you detected any kind of hangover from the Ireland game?
I think this is, if there was any type of a hangover, this is the perfect remedy for it. You know, a game like this, in a stadium like this. Ash has already touched on it. Of course, it was absolute devastation. You know, the feeling of losing that last game. You know, it's the only game we lost in 10. And the problem we had with it was we couldn't make up for it. It was the last game. It wasn't like we had another game after where we could make it up. It was done. So it was harsh for us. But that's, you know, you're not always going to come out winning. You're not always going to come out with a smile on your face. And then you've that test of the disappointment as you come through it and you show your mettle and you get on with things. But of course, we're looking at now other international teams at this stage are playing in the playoffs where we wanted to be. So of course, we're jealous of that. But I think that's a healthy jealousy. There was no talk amongst us, but didn't we do well, only losing 1 game in 10, and we'd only lost 2 campaign games in 20 campaign matches, which is a hell of a record. All we think about is disappointment, not reaching our goal, and that, I think, speaks volumes for the players in the group, the whole of the staff, the whole of the nation, because there's an expectation there, which is a healthy one. We were competitive again in another campaign, so we're still hurting, and that hurt will last a long time, I would imagine. It doesn't mean, you know, running parallel with that we can't concentrate and focus, regroup and regain some momentum, and that starts obviously tomorrow. There's always something on a game when you're playing for your country. There's no such thing as a friendly. The only thing that's missing tomorrow night will be the points, but in terms of performance and pride and passion, that'll never change when you represent a new country.
La question, c'était après d'être éliminé, est-ce que ça va être difficile? Oui, bien sûr, c'était très difficile, mais maintenant, c'est un remède parfait d'avoir un match aussi proche après. Ça va être très difficile, mais ils vont devoir faire face aux défis et retrouver le sourire. Ils sont jaloux de toutes les autres équipes qui se sont qualifiées, de leurs adversaires qui se sont qualifiés. Mais ils ont eu juste une seule défaite sur 10 matchs pour les 10 matchs de qualification et 2 sur les dernières 20. Mais ils sont déçus quand même parce qu'ils avaient certaines attentes. Ça fait mal, ça fera mal pendant très longtemps, mais maintenant ils doivent retrouver leur concentration, leur élan, et c'est toujours une fierté de mettre le maillot du Pays de Galles.
Chris, there is a chance this could be your last camp as Wales boss, so have you approached it any differently, or is it very much business as usual?
I don't really know how else to approach it, you know. I've only got one way of working with this lot, and I wouldn't dare take my foot off the gas, because they deserve everything they've got, and because they've always given me everything they've got. So it's business as usual for me, you know. I don't see it as an end of anything. Even so, the players we've got, the group of players we've got, you know, that these boys are going to go on. With me, without me, they're going to go on, and I believe they'll achieve. So I don't look at these 2 games and think, you know, it's the end of anything. I just look at France as the next game. It's another game. And of course, I said last week at the end of this camp, then of course we'll start to talk again about the future. But as of right now, I don't. I'm working as much or the same way as I've always worked, because one thing I do know is, you know, at our level of football, you've got to max out in your preparation. As soon as the game comes around, you've got to max out with what you've got. If it's not enough, then it's not enough. But the preparation has always been key to us, and I've got the same focus as I've always had, the same hunger and desire to make sure that we're competitive as a nation, and that hasn't changed.
La question, c'est est-ce que ça va être les 2 derniers matchs, et est-ce que du coup ça va être une autre démarche, un autre processus pour ce match? Non, il va toujours faire pareil, c'est toujours la même démarche, mais les joueurs avec sans lui, ils bossent, ils sont dévoués. Le prochain match, c'est contre la France, ils se concentrent sur ce match, c'est le même processus, et ils sont toujours dévoués, toujours motivés.
Will you play your strongest available side for the France game, and then perhaps look to integrate some of the younger players and some of the other new faces against Panama next week?
Yeah, I think I've picked the team for tomorrow with a lot of experience. We're going to need that tomorrow night. Panama will be just as tough for different reasons, but I think it's a home game and it gives a lot of our less experienced players a chance to get more minutes on the pitch and to find out what it's all about. So yeah, 2 different games, 2 different teams. Obviously, I've picked 2 different teams for different reasons, but nevertheless, both games are just as important to us. It's good for the guys tomorrow to come up against a very, very good top international team, and it'd be good for the younger players on the following game to have a bit more experience, because down the line that's going to stand them in good stead. They can come on as many camps as they like. They can be doing as well as they like with their clubs. There's nothing like international football or the experience of it. So the earlier they can get minutes under their belt and find out what it's all about in the long run, you know, the better we'll be as a nation, because we're always trying to grow that pool of players for experience, and that'll be the reasoning why we're picking two different teams, not completely different, but different.
La question, est-ce qu'il va faire jouer les 11 les plus forts contre la France et plutôt une autre équipe contre le Panama? Oui, ça va être une équipe plus expérimentée contre la France. Le Panama, c'est quand même un grand défi, mais c'est différent. C'est 2 matchs différents, donc deux équipes, 2 sélections différentes pour le Pays de Galles. C'est toujours une très bonne expérience, surtout pour les jeunes, de jouer contre une équipe aussi forte que la France. Jouer en club, c'est bien, mais le plus tôt possible dans l'équipe nationale, le mieux c'est pour les jeunes.
Ash, you've mentioned already that you don't envisage making any decision on your future anytime soon, but how important is it for Welsh football that the man alongside you is still in charge to lead the country forward?
I think it's very important, and I've said all along, it's clear the way the players feel about him, the fans as well. We enjoy working with him. You know, majority of our success is down to what he does, and you know, if it was down to us, he would stay us for as long as possible. But that's not how football works sometimes. So you know, you have to do what's best. But from a player's point of view, you know, we'd like to work with him for, you know, forever. Really, I think we always enjoy the camps, give our all for him, and you see it coming out in the games, you know, and the way we want to play, and a lot of that is for him and all the staff, really, you know, all the staff that are around the camp and for each other.
La question pour Ashley Williams, c'est que Chris, il s'est pas exprimé sur son avenir pour l'instant, mais est-ce que Chris est très important pour l'équipe? Oui, bien sûr, pour les supporters et pour les joueurs aussi. Si l'équipe a réussi, c'est un peu grâce à lui. C'est à lui de voir maintenant pour son avenir, mais les joueurs et les employés adorent travailler avec Chris.
Hi Ash. The China Cup was announced yesterday, and it's a good tournament, I think, for Wales to be involved in, albeit not the one they wanted to. As a player such as yourself, is that one that you want to be involved in, or will you have to weigh it up given your club commitments at the time, given it's such a long way away?
No, I don't think so. I think it is a good one that you want to be involved in. It's not something that you will be looking saying, "Oh, China, you know, that's not for me." You know, I think we always turn up anyway and give our all. You know, that goes without saying. But it's something a little bit different for us. You know, it's exciting, and it's something that we'll want to be involved in. We'll want to win, as always. And you know, for us as a group to travel to a different part of the world like that is always good. And I think with the new players coming in and the young boys, it'll be a good experience for them to travel with the rest of the squad. And you know, I think the more time we can spend with each other on trips like that, you know, it only benefits us on the field.
Ils ont annoncé hier que le Pays de Galles va jouer dans un tournoi en Chine. Donc pour Ashley Williams, est-ce qu'il voudrait bien jouer dans ce tournoi ou est-ce qu'il faut attendre pour voir avec son club? Il dit qu'il est motivé pour tous les matchs et ça serait une très bonne expérience, surtout pour les jeunes. Ça serait une expérience nouvelle et c'est toujours bien de passer du temps ensemble en équipe.
Chris, I just wondered, how does it make you feel when you sort of hear Ashley talking like he did about you and what the other players have said as well, and how does that sort of affect how you're thinking over the next few weeks about what you want to do?
I think It makes me think we've got a very intelligent captain and a bright dressing room. No, I think, look, you want to, of course, you want to have the respect of the players. You don't go very far if you don't earn that. And you know, the success that we've had is a collective thing. So yeah, that's something that means a lot to me. And as much as he's enjoyed playing for me, I've probably doubled the enjoyment having him as my captain and having the players to work with like we have. You know, I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm enjoying it still, albeit still hurting from our last game. But that's football, you know. You have to deal with that. I wouldn't let one experience ruin, you know, the years of effort that's been put in. So the feeling's still very, very good and positive, and we can't anyway. I think the job for us as a nation is to make sure we're still building. No matter who's in charge, we're still building, and we're competitive in campaigns, and that's all we can be. Not, you know, when the next campaign comes around, we're absolutely nowhere after 3 or 4 games. I said that all the way along. Make sure we're building as a nation. We are building. We've got some real good young players coming through. We've also got some experienced players, like the man on my left has got so much left to give, you know, to offer. So yeah, it is. I prefer to hear that than, you know, if it was the other way. I think if you'd have asked him after a year of my management with Wales, he might have given you a different answer to the one he's just given you.
La question, c'est que après les commentaires de Ashley et des autres joueurs, est-ce que ça a eu un impact sur Chris? Il dit que ces joueurs doivent être très malins de faire d'aussi gentils commentaires, mais si ils ont réussi en tant qu'équipe, ils l'ont fait ensemble. Et Chris a aussi été ravi de travailler avec Ash. Et malgré la défaite contre l'Irlande, le foot est comme ça. Il faut essayer de se concentrer sur le prochain match et toujours développer, toujours être compétitif, penser au prochain tournoi avec des jeunes, avec des joueurs plus expérimentés comme Ashley. Mais oui, c'est des commentaires sympas, même si vous l'aviez posé la question à Ashley il y a très longtemps, au début de son expérience avec l'équipe nationale, il n'aurait pas répondu de manière pareille, peut-être.
Chris, with all that in mind, short of signing a new deal now, how do you stop the next few days feeling like a long goodbye?
I concentrate on what's ahead. Always have done. Look, if we can't get excited about playing France in this stadium, we're in the wrong industry. Nothing for us to be afraid of. It's not the fear. Everything to look forward to. Everything to be excited about. France in this stadium in Paris, absolute dream for us. Fantastic. And that's all I look at. You know, I genuinely can't. You know, the time is coming whether it's going to happen or it's not. You know, at that time will be just after this camp, I would imagine. But no, I think the contract talks. That's somewhere in the back of my mind. France here tomorrow night. Hopefully a full house. Great team. 2 good teams. And that's my immediate thinking, because it has to be, really. I can't afford to be thinking about something else. All I need to think about is how I prepare the team, how we get the lads ready. We're preparing like we've always prepared. I can't deny the feeling's a little bit different, because we've not been here for so long, where we're playing a game where we're not playing for something apart from pride, and we're representing our nation, and that means everything anyway. But for a long time now, we've been playing big games for something, in terms of 3 points to take us to the next one, to keep us up pushing for a qualification, and that's not there anymore. So yeah, the mood's slightly different, but I have to understand that as a manager when I see our players, that of course, you know, it's tough for them because they're not used to this, but it is what it is. It's another test for us. These boys will get over it, they'll get through it, and the best way to do that is to play against the best teams, and we'll certainly be doing that tomorrow night.
La question, c'est que si Chris ne signe pas de nouveau contrat, est-ce que ça va être un peu comme un au revoir pendant ces 2 matchs? Il dit que jouer contre l'équipe de France dans le Stade de France, ça peut que être motivateur. C'est un grand rêve pour lui et pour l'équipe. Il va signer, il va pas signer, mais ça va être réglé bientôt. Mais pour l'instant, il se concentre sur le match contre la France. Il ne peut pas penser à autre chose, il ne peut pas se le permettre. C'est la première fois depuis longtemps qu'il joue que pour la fierté. Et il n'y a pas 3 points en jeu demain soir. Donc c'est un peu différent, c'est un peu difficile pour les joueurs. Mais ça peut être que motivateur de jouer contre une équipe aussi forte que la France.
Bonsoir. Question
Bonsoir.
en français pour le coach, pour Chris. Qu'est-ce qu'il pense de cette équipe de France? Est-ce qu'elle a selon lui le potentiel pour aller gagner, pourquoi pas, le titre mondial ou aller titiller les grandes nations mondiales?
I think they're a very good team. They're full of talent. I think it was obviously there was a huge disappointment for them in the tournament to reach the final and not quite get what they wanted. But there's pressure on France every time they play because it's France. They've got great players. So can they win the World Cup? Have they got the talent? And yes. Do they need a little bit of luck like every team? Of course. But yeah, absolutely. You'd have to look at France, and I don't want to put pressure on Didier Deschamps. I don't want to put added pressure on Didier, but if they have a little bit of luck and injuries and the team is in good form, then you have to say that they're definitely one of the teams that could possibly lift the World Cup.
L'équipe de France est une équipe avec beaucoup de talent, mais ils ont dû être déçus aussi dans l'Euro. Est-ce qu'ils peuvent gagner la Coupe du Monde? Oui. Est-ce qu'ils auraient peut-être besoin d'un peu de chance? Oui. Il ne veut pas mettre de la pression sur Didier Deschamps, mais il faut dire que la France est une des équipes qui est capable de gagner la Coupe du Monde.
Et une question pour Ashley William. Qu'est-ce qu'il pense du potentiel offensif de l'équipe de France?
Some of the best in the world. I think they've got a lot of players to choose from. A lot of stars, a lot of pace in the team. But as I said before, as a defender, I think they're the type of players that you want to be playing against and the teams that you want to try and prove yourself against and see where you're at. We understand it will be a difficult game, especially at the back. We'll be under pressure, for periods of the game. But it's something that I think, as a team, that we thrive on, and we'll be looking forward to trying to shut out, quality players such as Mbappe and Griezmann and Giroud and whoever they select.
Oui, comme il a déjà dit, c'est parmi les meilleurs joueurs au monde. Ils ont de grandes stars. Il y a beaucoup de vitesse dans l'équipe de France. Mais on veut toujours jouer contre les meilleurs joueurs au monde. Et au Pays de Galles, ils adorent faire ça. S'ils mettent Mbappé, Griezmann, demain, ils vont essayer de faire ce qu'ils peuvent. Et ils vont en profiter.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Phil.
Just a quick one back to China. Just checking, did the Welsh Association have to give any guarantees that the best Welsh team will go to play in that tournament?
I'm not sure about that. But, when I think you hear stories about that, Argentina have to take Messi and Portugal have to take Ronaldo, but I've not seen a contract, I'm not seeing the contract that says that. But I would imagine all our players will want to go anyway, play against China and Uruguay, Czech Republic. Great games. And like I said, it's something different. I can't say yes or no to that, Phil, because I haven't looked at a contract. I've not been told. I've never been told what squad to pick. I've always picked my own, but of course I'm going to pick the strongest one I can get my hands on. Hopefully they're fit. But I couldn't say yes or no to that. There's nothing I've seen of any paperwork that stresses that.
La question, c'était pour le tournoi en Chine, est-ce qu'il faut attendre des garanties de la part de la fédération galloise que les meilleurs joueurs doivent être disponibles pour que l'équipe se déplace? Il dit qu'il a déjà entendu parler de telles choses, mais non, il ne sait pas. Ils vont jouer contre de grandes équipes, contre la République tchèque, l'Uruguay et la Chine, mais il ne sait pas s'il faut attendre de telles garanties.
Monsieur Coleman, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Aaron Ramsey réalise un très bon début de saison en club avec son club d'Arsenal. Est-ce que vous êtes surpris par cette évolution? Comment l'expliquez-vous? Et est-ce qu'aujourd'hui, Ramsey est un leader, est enfin le leader tant attendu par le Pays de Galles? Merci.
Oh, Aaron's a very good player. He's doing well with Arsenal. He had one or two problems with injuries, but when he's fit and at his best, I think we saw that in the tournament where he made the best team in the European Championships. But no, he's playing well for Arsenal, and he's been looking forward to playing here tomorrow against some of the best players, one of the best teams in France. It's a great stadium. I remember someone you know very well, Jean Tagana, always told me about this stadium. He told me it was a fantastic place, and if I ever got the chance to play football here or to manage, he said, you won't believe the atmosphere. So I'm looking forward to that, and Aaron Ramsey will be the same. To my recollection, I'm not sure many of our lads have probably been inside the stadium, but we're looking forward to it, and Aaron will be the same. It'll be a good challenge for him. Some of the French midfield boys are good players, but he's playing well, and he'll be looking forward to this tomorrow night.
Donc, oui, Ramsey joue bien pour Arsenal en ce moment. De par le passé, il a eu quelques blessures, mais quand il est en forme, comme pendant l'Euro, où il était classé parmi les 11 meilleurs joueurs du championnat, il a bien réussi, il joue bien. Demain, il va être motivé. Jouer contre la France, ça motive ses joueurs. Et quelqu'un que vous connaissez peut-être, Jean Tigana, a déjà parlé à Chris de la Stade de France et comment il y a une bonne ambiance dans la stade. Donc ça va motiver son équipe, ça va motiver Aaron Ramsey. C'est un grand défi. La France a de bons milieux de terrain, mais Ramsey va pouvoir faire face à ce défi.
OK, thank you. Diolch yn fawr. Merci. Thank you.
Merci.
Thank you.